You saw what RFK said.
Yes.
What are your thoughts?
My thought is he's absolutely correct that genetics don't change this quickly, that the diagnostic criteria really hasn't changed since 1993. And to look at these studies and say people miss these people is just, it's just wrong. There was a slight bump when they increased the diagnostic criteria, but there's actually something called autism disease and autism spectrum disease. And everybody kind of got, it used to be just autism disease. Now it's autism spectrum disease. So they lumped in a few more people with pervasive developmental disorder, it's some other stuff. But if you truly look at just the autism disease people, that's been going up significantly as well. So it's not better diagnosis.
Yeah. I guess there's just a lot of people up in arms about this.
Yeah. Well, I don't understand it, because even if, there's always the person that says, I'm autistic, I wrote 4 books, I'm fine just the way I am. Well, you are fine just the way you are. Everybody's fine the way they are, but there are also kids that have fractured their skulls because they keep beating their heads into the ground. I've taken care of kids that bite themselves so much that they have scars all over their body, their hands are raw, and so just like, I don't know, if you get cancer, you don't have to treat it if you don't want to, but we should figure out how to treat it and the best way to treat it. So I'm a big believer in personal choice.
Yeah.
And nobody is saying that as an individual, though, they're not worth more, that there's, something about it.
Is the word cure, because he's talking about trying to find a cure. Is the word cure too strong of a word? Because I know that, it's not something like an illness that you can just go in and correct. You can't get a shot and fix it, but is that the right phrase that we need to be using here?
Well, it depends. So if let's just say autism went from 1 in 31 to 1 in 10,000. So I would say that would be prevention as opposed to a cure. What you did is you prevented people from ever having it. Now, if you look at what can you do for people that have it, there are some studies with some of the treatments with stem cells and with something called fecal microbial transplant, where some of the people dropped off the diagnostic criteria. So if you were diagnosed and now you're not diagnosed anymore, those people were cured. But are you ever going to cure 100%? Is it going to be like appendicitis where you cut out the appendix and they're completely normal? A, nobody knows that, and B, probably not. But I don't know that for sure.